Okay, I hope this is okay. I'm watching on a different computer today because my computer's at the shop getting cleaned out. Okay, I don't hear any feedback, so hopefully that means everything's okay. Hi everyone, it's Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net. There you can find out more about me, see events I have, like my classes, if there's anything else going on. You can also see our products. You can place an order. You could sign up to do a workshop, so you have a gathering of family and or friends, whether virtually or in person, to make cards and actually get to use some of the products. You also can sign up to be part of my team and enjoy some of the perks of being part of Stampin' Up! Okay. Right now is an exciting time because our new catalog will be coming out the beginning of May. I sign people up to, some people I have them mailed to, so I sign up to have that happen, and other people I hand them to in person, in class, things like that. So soon we'll be able to see all that. I did get to see yesterday the catalog, well actually yesterday, Wednesday, as a demonstrator. We do get we get to see it ahead of time. And there's just so much going on this month. For this month only is when we have our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine at 20% off. So it's only $48 instead of $60. And there are some bundles, Stampin' and die set bundles that where the dice fit in that you could take advantage of, 20% off those. We also have some other things that are available just for a short period of time. Okay, so I'm not going to take a lot of time going over them today. If you haven't seen it in the past, you have questions, you can leave me a comment here and I will answer it, or if you can always private message me. Okay, this week I have been showing things from our paper pumpkin kit this month, and this is how the box looks, a fancy box. Okay, this does coordinate with our On the Horizon dies. This is called Beyond the Horizon, and so I've been doing Beyond the Horizon, not just dies suite. It's got paper, which is beautiful, along with the beautiful card bases that they gave us in this. There's stamps and dies and some other goodies too with that. So just as a quick review of what I did this week, these I did on Tuesday. These are using paper from that Beyond the Horizon suite. And then these I showed how to put together the cards the way that they suggest doing them. Okay, and you can see that the envelopes this month are pretty fancy. So there you can see the outside and the inside. The outside and the inside of that one, and then the outside and the inside of this one. Okay, so that was kind of fun. And then on Wednesday on my YouTube, I did some alternates. Now, this one, it may be a little bit more difficult to figure it out, but the top of this, that is the envelope, the inside of this envelope. And then this is from our Beyond the Horizon paper, some of the DSP, and I tore it there, okay, and put them together. Okay, this is an alternate using one of the card bases they gave us, and I just I added a little bit of grass here and there, the birds, some of the pebbles. This is something that's part of the On the Horizon suite, the hello, and then stamped some of the grass on the inside. Then I did this, I cut down the front of one of the card bases. This behind it is a piece of the DSP from On the Horizon, and really the only stamping I did on this was the birds, and then I added a stamped sentiment. Okay, and this little thing, the little white it's on, that is from the kit. Then we got the next, in March lot, they usually give us something extra. This March it was an extra stamp set, so I cut the front off of another card base from the kit. I stamped this out and fussy cut it, and then added the Celebrate on there. So the stamp for Celebrate and the flowers and leaves were from the additional kit they gave us. Okay, so just to show some different ways to use the kit. You don't have to do it the way they did it. Okay, all right. Then for today's fun fold, well, let me just see the person's name. Lena wait a minute, make sure I'm saying it. Gersa, I think is how she says her last name. I was watching her and I loved the card she made. Look at that. Fancy fold. And it's if you have watched me at all, when I do some fancy folds, one of my favorites is it's a simple Z fold card. You just take a regular card base and you fold back the front. It can be folded in half. It can be folded, as this case, just a small portion. Okay, as much or as little as you want. And then you go from there. So there's so many things you can do. And this is something that you could also turn it on the side to do it. This would then be almost like, could stand up then, be a type of, like that could be a type of easel card. You know, I didn't do it that way. I just did them all this way, but just hadn't really thought about it before. Now, actually, I'm going to show you this one first, because the way that she did it, she took the piece of designer series paper and she actually, from this to here, when it's not cut, is 6 inches, and she just took a little bit off so that she had a border there. So this is 5 1/4 inches tall, all of them. So she did it 5 1/4 inches, and then she cut them at different intervals, and this piece of white over here. Okay, and she recommends putting this down first, and then you add your other pieces, and this is going to go there. When it closes, it's so that it will cover that white, so you don't see it till you open it. Okay, and then she took another piece of cardstock. She ran it through an embossing folder, a different one than what I chose, and put it there to give you to make it a little more interesting than just a plain, just the blue with nothing. Then I decided to try, so here I did this the way that this right here is the way she how she did it, recommended. I added extra things there, as you can see. And then I wanted something back here, and I thought, what about so what I did is I took a second piece of this. I just cut this part off. I just had a little bit of the grass there. Okay. So that's a different way, just still more of that same color. But if you only wanted the one sheet, then you could possibly do this here. Okay, so that's the way that this is how she did it. And as I said, I changed that up a little, and I'm going to show you now how we have everything here. And before I do that, so the regular card base, let me just show you. I have a regular card base here so I can show you with this. So it's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then I scored it here at the 4 1/2 mark. So that's, or 4 1/4 mark, I'm sorry. So then when that's done and you score that and burnish it, okay, there you go. That's our regular card base size. Then here at the 1 1/4, you fold that this way. Okay, So that would be like that. Let me just make sure this is all right. And then she had cut the paper, and as you can see, this piece is bigger than that. Okay. But those three, when that goes flat, those are all one piece of paper. So, and I will have, I wrote these out so that they could be here, and I didn't have them where you could really see them, but I did end up, I made just a little bit of a change with some of the sizes, doing it using the paper pumpkin things, just because the way the cards were, I needed, because they all have like a border. Of course, right now I'm not gonna have it here, am I? But they had a border, because I've trimmed it down already. They had a border around the image that they had on the front of the card. Here, wait. Gotta get my second box here so I can just a reminder. Maybe. Of course, they're way at the bottom of the box. Whoops. Knocking everything here. Let me just, there. I'm just going to do those two, because the other, you could do something with this too, but this didn't, this was like that. So let me just, so see how these, like there's a border around each of those. Okay. So I trimmed, so the one I'm going to put together now is using this. And so I trimmed it down, and when I trimmed it down, it ended up being a little smaller. So instead of 5 1/4, it's like 5 1/8. So I made sure, and then I thought I could also use paper from the On the Horizon, but I wanted to use what I had in the kit. So I cut down one of the envelopes. Okay. I'm going to use this outside. And they are also 5 1/8. So instead of 5 1/4, this is now 5 1/8. So these are 5 1/8. And I did do it like the way, let me just see. They had 2 1/4 by 5 1/4 and 1 5/8 by 5 1/4 and 2 1/8 by 5 1/4. So this one here is the 1 and, oh, that's a little smaller. I thought I had it 1 5/8. Oh, I did. 4 5/8. 1 5/8. And this is 2 1/4. And this is 2 1/8. So the 2 5/4, it was kind of this way, but because it was the envelope, I kind of pieced it a little bit. All right. So open. Do I have did I cut the white? I thought I did, but where is it? The white piece for the inside sentiment. I thought I had it, but I don't know if I dropped it, so I'm going to have to cut another one. Oh, well, here it is. And this is also 5 1/8, but it's the same width as what she recommended. So where is it? Right here. 1 3/4 by 5 1/8. Okay, so I wrote those all out here. So the biggest piece, the way she did it, this biggest piece would have gone here, but I'm going to use it here instead for the behind it, like I did this one. It's just there's going to be a bigger, or this piece there with the embossed cardstock. Okay, so this is how she recommended doing it, and it made sense to me, so I did it that way also. Is she put this down first. Now I just want to think here, before you do any of this, you might want to stamp. So I'm going to see, you want, because, well, some of the stamps I'm using are clear and some are not. So if they are clear, you want to stamp on something to give you a little extra cushion. And what I'm going to do now, this is going to be green. So I'm using the evening evergreen. So I'm going to also use that at least for, well, it's grass anyway. So you're going to want a green, and Evening Evergreen is one of the colors that they use, and I do like that. So I'm going to do this here for the inside, just a little bit of the grass there, and I might do a little more. Let me see, because this is going to be the front. Make sure I got these together correctly. I want the biggest piece goes there. So then here and here, this is how they go. See? Oh, backwards. The smaller one. Okay. Make sure that I got this correct. Yep. Okay. And then this is the front, and I'm going to just put some grass here also. And I like having these together because if it was a whole piece and then you cut like a whole piece of DSP and you cut it apart, it would be, that's how it would be. So I'm going to go like this. Okay, and I'm going to do, let me try this, another one. There. All right, and if you want something on the inside, you can put it on the inside there. I'm not going to. All right. Oh, and I think I'm going to want to add, I think I want to add some trees here. So, but I don't necessarily want it on these. So let me just leave these. Got it backwards. So let me just make sure though. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to do my trees back here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to, I don't necessarily want it. Where's my, get a piece. I don't want the grass on this, or the line on this side as long as it is. So I'm just going to cut that, do that. Wipe that off a little. And then we just have two. So that they're like on a similar line there. Probably should have had that. That's all right. Okay, so there's that. And where's my chamois so I can get these kind of cleaned off a little so I'm not putting my hand in them. Just do this quick. And this one. Okay. And then put this together. So where did I put the, here it is. So I'm going to flip this over so it's, okay, so this is going to go here. So where's my, and you just, whatever you want, if you want to be your glue, if you have a tape runner, whatever it is that you like to, pretty much your favorite adhesive. Okay. And this one goes next. I'm going to have to move this over just a smidge. So I can move the other over a smidge too, not too much. There, that's a little better. That's a little, I'm going to leave it like that. There's that. And now this one. Now, when you did it like this way, those were there. And then this piece, when you, on, like when you did these, you would have put it, it would go on like this, and you want to make sure, because you start there so that when you put this on, you can make sure it's covering up that piece of white. so it doesn't show until they open it, okay? But as I said, this I'm going to have be back here, and in this case, so this is a little bigger, so we still want it, you want to make sure, well, I guess it's a little smaller than, but that's all right. That's like that. Now this piece ends up with the edge here, but on here it's not. So this is what, so I'm going to put 2 lines here. Okay. Again, I might have had, if I have them up a little high, I've got, so I didn't get that exactly like that. Okay. And then this can come here, and I just want to see which way. I think I'm going to have it like that so you can have a little darker behind it. So when I did the other, they did come over. It was actually ended up being centered on here, but so this is more like that. Okay, maybe a little over a little bit. Okay. So that's going to be about like that. I think that's, oh, maybe up a little too much. Is that where I would need it? Except it's a little crooked, but here. There. So that'll be, so this is a little different, okay? There. And then you could put, you know, like your sentiment on this one. I think I might put a sentiment here. And whatever doodad you want. Now I have another one here, and this one I didn't get to cut, but because I was kind of thinking I would try to do it so I could show you a little better. And this one I thought, not that one. Where is it? This one I thought I might do this color behind, but let me just see here. So yeah, we got a few minutes. So I can kind of show you this a little better maybe. Well, first of all, I'm gonna cut. Okay, and it's got just a very thin white along that one. I may want that just a smidge less. Oop. Oh, great. There. Kind of messed that up. Oh, it'll be all right. And then okay. And I'm going to measure this to see. It might be a little different measurement than what I had before. Ooh. So that's the thing. You always are going to have to, because the fronts of these, when you do that from the front, they may not always measure the same. But what is this? This now says, well, see, this one is 4 7/8. So, okay. And then you can use the white from the back, which I might do that. Maybe, will that give me enough? Let me see. It should, wait. No, because that would have been, well, it should, because I just need it for, or I can use my other white. It is a little different what's on these than, so actually, let me save that. What did I have? And maybe I won't. Maybe I will do this because the white, oh wait, is this it? Let's see what size. So that was, it's 4 7/8. So I want that to be the same size. So is that right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. 7/8. And here's this. I just want to make sure I got this Oh, I didn't. It's going to be the same as this. Basic white, should put it on the back. 1 3/4. Okay, so that's 1 3/4. I have a blue one here again. That's 8.5. No, yeah, 8.5 by 5.5. Scored it 4 1/4. So then I scored it 1 1/4, and then 4 1/4. Okay. So here's this. Now this is going to have more of the card base showing because this was a little bit smaller. And you can, and oh, this, because you don't want it hanging way over. You want this to be, okay, so this one, see, it hangs over more on this side than the original ones did, but that's okay. So then this, and I'm just going to put this down. So it's got more on the top and bottom. Okay, so then for this, we're going to want this to be 4 7/8 because that's, wait, the top, yeah, 4 7/8 because that's what that paper was. You want it to all match. Okay, 4 7/8. Now, it's going to be 2 1/4. And then 1 5/8. So half is 4/8. So then right there. And then what's left. So in this case, this, on the way that she made it, would have gone here. But this I'm going to end up putting over here. Okay. And then this one is going to go here. And this will go here. Now the way she did it, when this, opened, that piece there was just, but this one's going to be more like this. So it does still show, but not quite exactly the way hers did. Okay. So again, just real quickly, this one will go here. I could have maybe made that white just a little bit wider. And this will go here. I just want to show you how it goes together. Okay. Whoop. And then I'm going to put this. And I'm doing it this way just because I want you to see that you can use your card front. And if you wanted, you could have left a little more white on around the edges, and that would have been all right too. Got a little there. So this way, and this other piece that's left, I just want to make sure I got this the right way here. And it's going to be like this. So I will put more on here later. I just wanted to, I don't want to take a lot of time. I just wanted to be able to show you this. So you see there's not a lot of it showing, but at least it's still there. So, okay. I might like this a little better using the DSP, but again, I wanted us to have an alternate that we could use our from our kit. Okay, and you can put different things along here. Oh, one thing I didn't do on the other, which I think I'll show you here. This one I'm going to do with basic gray, maybe, there. And where do I have them? Oh, right here. This is from the On the Horizon. I'm going to put some birds. You always have to look. The first bird has his wings out, like above And I don't know how easy it is to see, but it could be easy to do it upside down, but then they're going to look more like, someone said, more like bats than birds. But like this one, his wings are up, his wings are up, his wings are down, down. So, they just have a few different things. And gray does seem to be the basic gray seems to be a good color. Like that. And if you want, you could have a few more birds over here. So what I do, if it's going to go off, and that would be one too. I might have put them together on my scrap paper, and then it would not, and then they could look like a continuous. But there's that. And if you wanted, you could also have them. Let's see here. I have a few more over this way. Let me close it that way, so that they're all across the top here. Almost like closer, further, so there. All right, and then something just, not sure what just fell. Hope it wasn't any, no, I don't think it was an ink pad. I hope not. No, because here's my ink pad I was using. The others are closed up. Yay. All right, so for me, this was kind of fun and exciting because, again, it was another way to make use of one of my favorite folds. Okay, so I'm going to put these here. And here's this one. What did I do with the other one? I moved it out of the way. Here it is. Now, these obviously are not finished. I have to, but what I will do is, because it's been, I think it's been a little bit of time here. Okay, and actually, let me just see here. What did I have? I might like there. Oh, wishing you so much happiness. Might like that. And here's a piece of white that I maybe, here, do it this way. Maybe I will do that. This one, just so you can see here. Happiness, and use one of our, let me just see, do I like this? You could use a die if you have a punch. Like that. And that could go here. And what I probably would do with this would be, just look here, to take my finger dauber and do this. You could cut, punch out a piece of the Evening Evergreen cardstock to put behind it. But this can, and then that would be here. And this I would pop up. So let me do that. I think just two is going to be good. You could do a third one if you wanted, or put however many on you like. And actually, I might even have this hang over just a little bit like this. There. And then now we have some iridescent jewels that are a little bigger. Okay, but here's ones that came with the kit. And some of them, I did add some of the pebbles from, like, show you, where is it? Like here, I put some of the pebbles there. Didn't have any here. So if you wanted, you could add pebbles. Okay, and then let's see, for this one, what can I do that real quick? So then at least you have, I'm not leaving it kind of hanging. Got enough time to do that. And, oh, relax, enjoy your day. That sounds like a good one. Let's see if, oh, it's not as dark as I would like it. Here, wait a minute, let me try this again. Time to re-ink that, I think. Oh, now I got, of course, because I pressed a little too hard. I wanted to be sure it was darker. Ah, silly Sonia. All right, wait a minute here. What else? Somewhere here. But anyway, so this is what I'm going to do. Oh, would that fit on here? Might, but it's not. So on this one, I would do a different one anyway. So let me just see. Do I have something that maybe it won't matter that that's there? Let me see. Oh, that's not going to fit in there. Would here, but not that one. And I'm just, right now too, I'm not even sure how this is. That's a retired one. Let me see. Not that it matters. We can use our retired ones, but okay, where's my, and we have, if it's a little short for our fingers, you can always put a Post-it note on, and probably because that's, so there's that one, and maybe I'll just do it because that's there. Okay, and then this could be, even right, this one I might put more like that. Or do I want it over here? Anyway, kind of like that. And I might even just use a marker. Do I have the marker here? I do. Let's see if I can make this look better. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll probably just do this. Not sure how they did that, but anyway. Right there. So I'll restamp that and but that'll go there just so at least you can see what kind of an idea of what it would look like. Okay. And I will put some stills up a little later so I can finish fixing these, get these the way that I want them to share them with you later. And I also will put the directions on in a form that's a little easier for you to see. There we go. Let me just see here. I'll get these out of the way. There. Of course, it wants to pop up right now, so that. There we go. Put my fingers on them so you can kind of see. I think they're all in, yeah, they're all in the, there. Okay? Just so you can see them all. All right. So, okay, thanks so much for stopping by today. Any questions, you can leave them here. I'll get back to you. Any comments, also are welcome. I just ask that we always be kind in our comments to each other, okay? I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I'll be back again on Tuesday with more. I'm going to start sharing some things that from our annual catalog I didn't get a chance to show before, and especially because we have things that are retiring, to do some of those with you over the next couple weeks. Okay, so thanks again, everyone, and until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.